Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Judith. If you're new here, I say to you welcome and thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in my channel. And if you are my old return subscriber, I say sorry. It's been a minute since I haven't posted any video. Sorry guys, I had change of jobs, and then with the kids it hasn't been easy for me. It's been a roller coaster, but I thank God for everything is going well. So today video is going to be something very interesting, actually just my experience that I want to share and hopefully help a mom or help someone there, mostly moms, because it's going to be about children. So recently one of my sons, if you new here, I'm a mom of 3 boys. Yeah, so the last one is 1 year 8 months. It's going to be 2 years soon. So recently he was diagnosed with influenza. Honestly, I didn't even know what it was. So I didn't even know what it was. All I know that he was sick for many days. I thought it was COVID, but I took him to the clinic. They did the COVID test. They did some other blood tests, but they couldn't find anything. I'm gonna not say the name of the clinic, but I went there twice. So I saw the doctor. It was a generalist, so it was not a pediatrician. So that was my mistake actually, because I went there. I thought it was just a flu, because he had all the signs and symptoms of the flu, running nose, headache, fever, and all. So I went there. They prescribed me some drugs. I bought them, but then it didn't work out. I had to go back again, and then for the second time he gave me another set of drugs which I used. So it was so many medication for him. There were two of them actually, his brother and him. So it didn't work out. I burned my money and then they didn't work out. So one day I saw myself, like after almost 6 days of being sick on high fever, after I think the 6th day or something like that, he was so sick, and then the fever was like 40 degrees. So I had to take him on an emergency to a hospital, like my God savior. So I took him to Jalila Hospital here in Dubai. I don't know if you know it. It's around the Wafi, just opposite the Wafi Mall. So I took him to that hospital. I know it was children. I wanted to see a specialist, because to know what's wrong with my baby. It was so many days already. So I went there and I saw I went there for like on the emergency. It was around evening, so I believe the clinic was closed. So I went for the emergency directly, and they received me there. The reception, they were so kind, and they took him immediately in, and he was on high fever. They did blood tests, like almost 8 blood tests. They did another COVID test. It was negative because they thought it was COVID when we reached. So the first thing they did is they took him another COVID test. It was negative, and then they did so many other tests. So the doctor asked me. I was so I was exhausted. I was worried. I was crying. I didn't know. You moms, us moms. I mean, so I was crying. I didn't know what was wrong with my son, and it was my last baby. So, and the other kids were at home just with my sister. I had some difficult time, guys. But so the pediatrician came. There was a lady. I forgot her name. But she was so kind. And there were two of them. They keep me informed of every step of the way, like what's they gonna do next, what's gonna happen next with him or with me, me being there with him, or what am I required to do next. Like they were coming there by themselves. They wouldn't even send the nurse to come and talk to me. So they were always there talking to me, reassuring me. And there's one thing I didn't mention, I failed to tell, is that my son, unfortunately, when I took him there, it was an emergency case. His insurance was not covering there in that hospital. So I went there. I knew I was going to pay cash and all, like I was already seeing my bill going so high, because I did the blood test, I did the x-ray, I did so many other things. So And then they asked me if they wanted to keep the baby for the night. So I didn't know how much it was going to cost me, to be honest. So I told them that if there's a way for me to go home today and come back tomorrow, the doctor told me that he wouldn't advise me to do that, but there's no problem. I just have to sign a release form, which I did. So when I went to the reception to get his ID, because I had to leave his ID there at the reception. When I went there to get the ID and go and pay, or I asked them what's the procedure, they told me to go to the pharmacy first and get the drugs, then go to the reception. So I knew maybe I'm going to pay there at the reception and all. So I went and get the drugs. It was already, I spent there, I think, almost 4 to 5 hours that evening. It was very late in the night. So I went there at the reception, and the guy he gave me my card, and he told me it was free of charge. I was like, excuse me. I was like, excuse me, what do you mean? He told me yes. He told me that it's free. I'm like, please, can you say more? He said, yeah, because I came on an emergency and the kid was very sick. So when you come there, apparently in that hospital, Al Jalila Hospital, you get cured for free. I mean, if your child is sick. But if you come on a clinic, if you go there on a clinic, like you want to check up a specialist, because they have like all the specialists there. I mean, name it. Cardiologists, dentist, like they have every doctor for kids there that you can possibly think. Heart transplant, they do plastic surgery for kids, like they do everything. It's a very big hospital. For those who have not been there, for those who have been there, you know. So it's very big. And then they told me it was free, and I was like, okay. I took my ID and I was smiling on my way out. So the service there was very nice, and I went home. Unfortunately for me, when I reached home, the kid was still not better. The temperature has risen down because they gave him something to calm down the fever. But when I went home, after a few hours, he started getting hot again, and he was coughing so much. So I had to run back in the morning. When I knew it was free, I had to go back again in the morning. When I went there in the morning, and I took my other kids, So I went there with both of them, and then they told me my last baby was still he was having still fever, and the other one was just coughing. He was not having any fever, so it was not an emergency. So the guy told me that, you know what, your last baby, because he's having fever, it's an emergency case. You can treat him for free here and get all the medications for free. But your second boy, because he's not having fever, although he's coughing, but he's not like dead situation. So I'm gonna have to go through the clinic, and I'll have to pay for the consultation. I think he told me it was around 400 dirhams, which is around $110. I think $110. I'll just put it there, the right information of the amount. So he told me that the consultation was around 400. So I don't know if it was because we were at the emergency there, because it was evening also, sorry, it was in the morning, but then I went through the emergency section. So, but I don't know if you go through the main reception, if the consultation is going to be the same. Please, if you know any information regarding that, because I couldn't find it online, please drop it here in the comment below so other moms can see, and it will help them as well. And yeah, so that's what happened. And I ended up staying 2 days there with my kids. So from that morning, we stayed 2 more days. And when we went home, he was so much better, and all the medication, everything was free of charge. That's actually the main topic of my video today, because I wanted to tell you that. I wanted to let you in on the good news. You can go there and they will treat you for free. They are so nice. Like, it's not because you're not paying that you will have the same service. They are amazing. The doctors are so good, and they know their work. It's an hospital for kids, just for kids. They do not cure any other adult there. It's just for kids, and it's a big hospital. So, and they have a huge playground. I'll actually see if I can find some link of the description below, or the link, some pictures of the hospital anyway. So that was all. My kid is doing well today. He's very well, thank you. That was all, and I hope I could help any mom. But like I say again, if you want to go there and be treated for free, the kid needs to be sick. I'm not saying your kid should be sick or something, but make sure it's an emergency case or you'll end up paying there. So anyway, that's all for now. I don't want to make the video too long. I hope you guys are doing good. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.